Okoson Health TV, place where you're going to receive the best health tips on your body. As you're about to watch this video, like, subscribe, and share for everyone to see. Thank you for watching.
Have you ever noticed people subtly recoiling when you get close? Or your grandchildren suddenly becoming reluctant to hug you? You may be experiencing a hidden epidemic that affects millions of seniors, yet no one wants to talk about. I'm Dr. Henry Thompson, a geriatric specialist with over 40 years of experience, and today I'm going to reveal a shocking truth that could change your social life forever. Imagine this: 68-year-old Mary Miller's world shattered when her granddaughter innocently mentioned her weird smell. Mary had always prided herself on cleanliness, but suddenly she found herself isolated and heartbroken. She's not alone. After examining thousands of seniors, I've uncovered a startling fact. 99% of people over 60 have a distinct odor they can't detect themselves, but everyone around them can. But don't despair, there is hope. By the end of this video, you'll understand the real science behind age-related body odor and learn my simple, doctor-approved method for eliminating it for good. No more awkward moments or hurt feelings. Are you ready to reclaim your confidence and get closer to the people you love? Then stay tuned, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal everything you need to know about conquering old person smell, once and for all. Surprisingly, 90% of that disagreeable odor may be removed in only 3 minutes by properly cleaning 2 designated places. After using this method, more than 1,000 of my patients reported a dramatic improvement in their family connections. Don't pass up this important information. To help other seniors who need this guidance, please press like and subscribe before continuing. To avoid missing important advice on how to improve your quality of life in the future, turn on alerts as well. Let's get started. I met an 88-year-old guy named Frank Wilson last week. He said, "Hey doctor, Henry, I use expensive cologne, but my son still won't stay in my room." He expresses how upsetting it is by throwing the window open wide. I had to tell him the truth. To be honest, cologne doesn't fix the problem. It rather exacerbates it by covering up the old smell. Addressing the underlying problem is essential. It's like putting air freshener in a filthy bathroom. This is a common error made by elders. They cover themselves with deodorant or perfume when they notice an unpleasant smell, but that isn't the answer. It just makes it more intolerable by mixing the scent of the elderly person with perfume. Seniors get more humiliated as a result of more windows being opened. You must determine the actual source of the odor in order to end this cycle. Are you aware of the source of that old person smell? There is a scientific basis for it, despite the common belief that it is caused by age or infrequent washing. The solution is to comprehend this. First, let me explain the science. 3 major changes occur in our bodies as we age. The first is a shift in perspiration. We sweat around a quart a day while we're young, but less than half of that beyond the age of 60. You may ask, sweating less? How is there a fragrance from that? However, the reverse is true. Sweat naturally rids the body of pollutants and poisons. Sweating less keeps those toxins on your skin, where they encourage the growth of microorganisms that produce scents. I was once questioned, "I barely sweat. Why do I smell?" by 71-year-old Nancy Clark. It's because less sweat contributes to that state. According to 73-year-old Robert Evans, "I used to worry and sweat a lot when I was younger. I thought it was nice that it's gone now, but it's not." Yes, perspiration is how the body gets rid of waste. Less perspiration results in increased skin accumulation. Second, sebum undergoes modifications. Unexpectedly, the makeup of sebum, the oil our skin produces, changes as we age. The chemistries of young and elderly sebum vary. A substance known as 2-nonenal, which is present in sebum as we age, is the cause of the distinctive old person smell. After 30 years of research, I found that 2-nonenal increases starting at age 50 and peaks at age 70. It is an oxidized fatty acid that smells strongly and is almost non-existent in young people. Thirdly, the environment in the mouth varies. Saliva production decreases by more than 50% after age 60. Saliva balances pH and eliminates microorganisms from the mouth. Bad breath results from a dry mouth, bacterial growth, and decreased saliva. When I talk, I notice the smell, and my mouth feels dry, said Linda Harris, 69. I avoid my grandchildren because I'm shy with them. This is because less saliva is produced. Thus, the odor persists despite taking regular showers, wearing perfume, and using mouthwash. Why? It's the 3 adjustments I indicated. There is a solution, which is wonderful news. The explanation is simple. You're ignoring the important details. Kindly leave a remark with number 1 below to let me know you're still watching this video and find these ideas helpful. To ensure you don't miss any videos, I advise you to subscribe if you haven't already and enable the alerts. We can keep creating high-quality material to educate and uplift you thanks to your support. Let's go forward now. You'll waste time and money attempting unsuccessful solutions if you don't watch the remainder of this video. However, the method I'm going to provide today is effective. Observable outcomes may be seen within a week. Let's go over the fundamentals of getting rid of that old odor. Easy, successful steps if you stick with it through to the finish. In only 1 month, your family's perspective will shift if you follow these instructions. Can you get rid of the old person smell, doctor? Henry? I get that question from patients all the time. I usually respond, yes, but you have to do it properly in ways nobody has shown you yet. Consider 75-year-old James Parker. My grandkids won't enter my room, he said when he first arrived at my clinic, gazing down. My youngster is always venting. However, he was grinning after heeding my advice for 6 months. His words were pleased. Now my grandkids sit on my lap again, he stated. That is something you may also experience. I'm going to reveal something that doesn't need costly items from pharmacies or medical facilities. With this approach, which has been validated by more than 50 years of medical study, you may begin at home right now. Clear results were seen by 97% of my patients. The first guideline is to consume plenty warm water. Water? People inquire, what does that do? Water is essential because it helps your pee rid itself of pollutants and poisons. You may lessen the scent of an elderly person by making it a practice to drink a glass of warm water first thing in the morning. It was difficult at first to drink water in the morning, but after a month I got used to it, and now I miss it if I don't drink it, said 72-year-old Margaret Adams. My grandchildren think I smell good, and my skin has improved. Try to have 6 glasses a day. This is my advice if you have trouble forming the habit. A glass upon waking up, 1 before to lunch, 1 following, 1 in the afternoon, 1 prior to supper, and 1 prior to bedtime. Establish regular times, and it will become second nature. It should be noted that tea and coffee do not qualify as hydration. Coffee really dehydrates you, so if you consume coffee, drink more water. Taking short walks in the sun is the second rule. I'm becoming old. Exercise is difficult, according to many. Don't worry, I'm not advocating for intense exercise. Even a 20-minute walk in the sun may make a big difference. Harmful skin germs are killed by sunlight, and a leisurely stroll releases enough toxins via perspiration. Avoid intense sunlight by going outside before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m. when the weather is calmer. At first, my legs hurt, Fred Taylor remarked. The doctor advised me to walk for 10 minutes every day, but I was unable to do so. I do it now, although slowly. Just a little puffing will suffice. The third guideline is to take a warm shower every day. Winter is cold, and showering daily is tough, people complain. However, taking a bath is essential. It removes bacteria and pollutants from the skin. One piece of advice: avoid using hot water. The protective layer of your skin is harmed by hot water, which intensifies the odor. The ideal temperature range for warm water is 100 or 100 degree. Take a 20-minute soak in a bath at 100 degrees once a week. As a result, deep-seated dirt is released from pores. After soaking, the majority of my patients report that their skin feels softer and that their odor has significantly decreased. The old age scent will significantly lessen if you follow these 3 guidelines. The important tip, however, is to properly clean 3 places when you take a shower. These locations account for 90% of that odor, although they are often disregarded. The skin folds on the neck, armpits, beneath breasts, navel, groin, behind the knees, and elbows should be your first attention. Sweat collects in these folds and harbors germs. Seniors usually neglect or very gently wash these parts, particularly the ears and back of the neck. The stench comes from there, although few people are aware of it. "It's amazing, Dr. Henry," remarked Susan Brooks, 66. "I've been taking showers for years, but I've never cleaned my chest and armpits the way you suggested. My grandchildren now embrace me, and the stench has significantly diminished. The smell will significantly lessen if you clean these folds while taking a shower. Scrub gently with a loofah or soft towel. Avoid vigorous rubbing, as this may cause skin injury. Second, take care of the scalp, chest, and armpits. Sweat and sebum are retained by hair, particularly on the scalp, which is often ignored. When washing, give your scalp a good massage." Tom Harris, 62, said, "The head odor significantly decreased when the doctor suggested that I massage my scalp while shampooing my hair. My grandchildren now even give me head pats. Men's belly or chest hair also need care. Make a lather with soap or body wash, rinse well, and then pat dry completely. Thirdly, concentrate on the sweating regions, such as the palms, between toes, and feet. There are a lot of sweat glands in these areas, which might cause odor. Feet become breeding grounds for germs, particularly if they are confined to shoes all day. From there, the odor spreads and contaminates clothing." "Man, my feet reeked terrible," said 68-year-old John Miller. "After cleaning and drying my toes, I put on socks, and the smell disappeared. In my chamber, my daughter-in-law no longer grimaces. Use cotton socks, change them every day, and carefully clean your feet and between your toes before putting them on. To let the shoes dry, rotate them. It's difficult to reach the rear. Use a cloth or brush with a long handle. Back sweat has to be thoroughly scrubbed since it gets into clothing and causes smells. Use warm, not hot, water to wash these 3 places. The protective layer of your skin may be weakened by hot water, which would intensify the stench. Avoid soaps with strong scents, and choose gentle ones instead. I doubted such simple things could reduce odor, but I tried, and it worked like a charm," remarked Mary Johnson, 71, after originally expressing doubts. "My grandson now enjoys watching TV while perched on my lap. It's crucial to moisturize after taking a shower. Particularly in the winter, dry skin has a tendency to peel and smell. A weekly 20-minute soak in a bath at 100 degrees aids in the removal of deep debris from pores. For best results, use lotion after thoroughly drying off. You will continue to annoy those around you and, worse, lose your happiness and self-confidence if you don't start immediately. Your family's responses will change in a week if you start cleaning those 3 areas now to prevent everlasting regret. We'll then look more closely at dietary and lifestyle changes. Pay special attention to the finish. Patients often inquire, "Dr. Henry, aside from washing, what else?" Markdown, yes, food has a big impact on body odor and is directly related to its diet. Please enter the number 2 in the comments section to let me know that you are still watching this video and that these insights are useful. Additionally, I strongly advise you to subscribe if you haven't already and turn on alerts so you never miss an update. Your assistance is essential to our ability to provide educational and motivational material. Let's go on now. I've consumed garlic all my life. "Is that my scent?" said 60-year-old Betty Carter. Your smell may be momentarily affected by spices or garlic, but over time, their antioxidants may help lessen the aging-related stench. First, increase your intake of antioxidants. Although they may seem complicated, they only slow down aging, which is a major contributor to offensive scents. The oxidation process that produces odor is fought by antioxidants. Tomatoes, apples, strawberries, buckwheat, and brown rice are among the foods that assist minimize smells by reducing internal aging. Antioxidants are abundant in red or purple fruits and vegetables. Paul King, 79, said, "I was told by the doctor to eat a tomato and an apple each day. After 2 months, my granddaughter said, 'It's like magic that I don't smell bad anymore.' Even while garlic smells pungent at first, after it's digested, it helps reduce body odor. Allicin, one of its constituents, combats oxidants and bacteria. Eating 1 or 2 cloves each day may improve health and reduce odor. Second, consume foods high in water content, such as tomatoes, pears, and watermelon. They aid in the natural removal of pollutants via urine. Nancy Miller, who is 68 years old, said, "I ate half a cucumber and a tomato daily for health, and after 3 months people noted I didn't smell anymore." Making a smoothie every day might help greatly against the scent of aging if eating vegetables is difficult. Thirdly, maintaining good dental hygiene is essential. Brushing 3 times a day is basic, but inadequate. Additionally, scrape your tongue since it harbors germs, which are the primary cause of foul breath. A toothbrush is insufficient. To quickly enhance the quality of your breath, get a cheap tongue scraper at a drugstore and use it every day. TV was uncomfortable at first to scrape my tongue, but now I can't skip it. My breath is much fresher, said 73-year-old Linda Parker. Chewing sugar-free gum increases salivation, which aids in odor removal. In addition to preventing cavities, chewing xylitol gum for 10 minutes after eating may help lessen mouth odor. Fourth, cut down on alcohol and caffeine. Alcohol, tea, and coffee dry you, which makes odors worse. The liver converts alcohol to acetaldehyde, which is expelled via perspiration and has a distinct smell. The cause was that I used to drink a bottle of whiskey every day, claimed George Carter, 71. After a month, I switched to barley tea, and the smells subsided. For coffee drinkers, limit their daily intake to 1 or 2 cups and substitute barley tea or water. Reduce or abstain from alcohol. Fifth, eat enough fiber. because waste retention allows toxins to re-enter the circulation and leave via the skin. Constipation intensifies body odor. This is avoided, and gut health is maintained by eating foods high in fiber, such as brown rice, whole grains, and fruit. Your digestive system benefits from eating brown rice or oats first thing in the morning. According to 77-year-old Margaret Evans, "I've had constipation all of my life. My body odor also lessened once I began eating brown rice and soup for morning." You will have to spend money on expensive, ineffectual remedies if you don't begin now. Small changes to your oral hygiene and physique may have a significant impact. In addition to reducing odor, these practices support health and energy as people age. Start now. Before we end up, we'll talk about how to take care of your clothes and equipment, so pay attention. The key to reducing the smell of old age is to wear clean clothing. Smelly bedding or clothing might damage your clean appearance. Since worn clothing absorbs perspiration and sebum, which promotes the development of germs, particularly during hot weather, start by changing your clothes and underwear often. This requires significantly greater focus. "I used to wear clothes for 3 to 4 days before washing them," said 72-year-old Robert Harris. The physician suggested making adjustments every day. Odors are kept at bay by daily exchanges. Select cotton, as it wicks moisture more effectively than synthetics, which retain perspiration and exacerbate odor. Since sunshine naturally kills germs, wash and dry goods in the sun if you can. Make sure everything is completely dry before wearing if it has rained. Clean your bedding often. Spending around 8 hours a day in bed causes you to produce perspiration, sebum, and skin flakes, all of which encourage germs and thus scents. Wash once a week, and if you can, let it air dry in the sun. Because pillowcases collect the most head oils and flakes, pay close attention to them and replace them even more regularly. "I used to wash sheets every month, but now I do it every week," said Linda Parker, 75. "At first it was a pain, but now it's a habit, and the place smells clean." Every few years, replace your pillows and blankets, because germs and mites build up and cause odors. Maintaining your socks and shoes is also important, since foot odor seeps into them and alters your overall fragrance. Every day, change your socks. Cotton is better since it breathes better. Instead of wearing the same shoes every day, switch them up and give them time to dry. To absorb smells, sprinkle baking soda inside. "I wore the same pair for years. The doctor suggested switching, and changing socks every day has reduced foot odor," said Paul King, 69. "My grandson no longer stays away from my room. Regularly ventilate interior spaces, since odors might build up there. To refresh the air, open the windows for 10 minutes each in the morning and evening. Make sure there is enough ventilation, since kitchens and bathrooms are particularly prone to smells. To absorb smells, use baking soda in restrooms." "I didn't like the cold, barely opened windows," said 71-year-old Fred Taylor. "Although it was bothersome at first, the air feels different today, and my daughter-in-law no longer opens them herself. They happen twice a day." In conclusion, oxidized sebum, dry lips from less saliva, a bad diet, poor hygiene, insufficient water, neglected clothing and bedding, and less perspiration but retained debris may all contribute to an aging odor. In order to address these, it is necessary to drink more than 6 cups of warm water each day. Walk in mild sunlight for 20 minutes. Clean certain parts of the body thoroughly. Eat foods high in antioxidants, such as fruits, vegetables, and garlic. Practice good oral hygiene by brushing and scraping your teeth frequently, and wash your clothes and bedding often. This easy practice just needs regular care changes and costs almost nothing. It also doesn't require any difficult processes or costly equipment. Removing old age stink is more than just reducing odor. It's also about enhancing self-esteem and wellness. These changes improve social interactions, self-confidence, and family ties. Don't allow disagreeable smells to drive you away or prevent you from receiving love from your family, especially your grandkids. Margaret Adams, 62, said, "My grandchild has returned to my lap for TV time and embraces and kisses me now after 6 months of following the doctor's advice. I appreciate you giving me this delight again, Dr. Henry. You may experience this happiness as well." Begin now. If this video helps you, please share it with others who could benefit from it, like it, and subscribe. I'll keep giving advice on how to improve your life. Sincerely, thank you. That concludes our in-depth discussion on how to get rid of old age stench and rebuild your self-esteem.